Swadika, good morning. Welcome to Newsline. We're coming live to you from NBT, Radio Thailand, FM 88, and also NBT World. It's Monday, October 13th, 2014. My name is Cholapansa Narula. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's begin with this story. His Majesty the King developed a high fever before the weekend, but his temperature cooled down after being given new antibiotics. The sixth announcement concerning the royal stay at Sirirat Hospital issued by the Bureau of the Royal Household said a team of doctors tending His Majesty the King decided to change the antibiotics administered to him intravenously after he developed a high fever on Friday afternoon. The result of new antibiotics was satisfactory as His Majesty's temperature returned to normal on Friday night. The doctors also expressed satisfaction over His Majesty's recovery from an operation to remove an infected gallbladder on October 5th. They said His Majesty no longer felt abdominal pain when he moved his body. Meanwhile, the Bureau of the Royal Household also issued the sixth announcement concerning Her Royal Highness Princess Chulaporn's condition after being treated for stomach inflammation and pancreatitis related to the systemic lupus erythematosus or SLE at Vichayut Hospital on September 4th. The statement said the doctors on Saturday declared Her Royal Highness safe after a period of treatment and allowed her to leave the hospital for recuperation. The princess then left for Piman Mat Palace in the Sattahip Naval Base in Chonburi Province on October 11th. The statement also said that during her treatment at the hospital, Her Royal Highness had learned with appreciations the concerns expressed for her by ambassadors, officials, monks and people from all walks of life, and would like to thank all those well-wishers through this announcement. And in today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward, here are the headlines. The Prime Minister has addressed in his latest TV program several topics, including the newly selected National Reform Council or NRC members, the narcotic crime suppression efforts, the agricultural irrigation during the drought season, and also infrastructure mega projects. During the weekly broadcast, Return the Happiness to the People, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha congratulated the newly selected members of the NRC while promising to find a role for those who did not get selected. He stressed that the selection process is transparent and fair, adding that the NRC's work will be independent and free from interference. The Prime Minister also mentioned the government's narcotic suppression efforts. He cited three approaches to deal with the matter, which include prevention, suppression, and rehabilitation. General Prayut said a majority of the criminals have committed drug-related crimes, stating that the authorities are looking for rehabilitation methods that would integrate these individuals back to the society with the means to support themselves without going back to commit the crimes. During the program, General Prayut also stressed that the government is focusing its energy in addressing the ongoing floods and water management, instructing all related ministries and governmental units to prepare for possible floods and drought, as well as to quickly conduct the royal rainmaking operation in the drought-hit areas. He warned the public of a possible water shortage next year. Also, Prime Minister Prayut touched upon the infrastructure mega projects, saying that the construction is a long-term project that needs to be carefully planned out in order to create connectivity among the key economic areas. He said the projects must also contribute to the nation's security and economy while building understanding and reducing social gaps among the people. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Prayut is also confident that financial assistance for the farming community will be delivered to the hands of farmers and intends setting up a committee to check the processes. He said that the measure to aid farmers with low incomes during the 2014 to 2015 production year is the only urgent measure this year. The government will lay a new foundation for Thai agriculture in a sustainable development, conforming with the market mechanisms and without price interference. The government will have no policy regarding price guarantees or pledging. However, the government is to focus on rice quality improvement and increasing the overall value of crops. Regarding the Farmers Assistance Fund of 1,000 baht a rai with a limit of 15 rais, the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, the Ministry of Interior, and the Bank for Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives have studied the details of the program to make sure that the money will be delivered to farmers and not to landlords or capitalists. On this very matter, the Ministry of Justice has set up an anti-corruption commission, and another 11 agencies are to be set up within the system as well to allow the National Anti-Corruption Commission and also the Office of the Auditor General to check the money distribution process at every step. The Prime Minister also talked about other agricultural produce such as rubber and palm products. The government is trying to solve the problems, but it can only tackle one matter at a time. Urgent matters must be solved first, while planning for long-term solutions will come later. The National Legislative Assembly is poised to be deliberating the proposed draft of the Animal Cruelty Prevention and Animal Welfare Acts. The NLA in the past week resolved to accept in principle the draft legislation on animal cruelty prevention and animal welfare after Agriculture Minister Pittipong Phungbun Ayuthaya explained to the Assembly the reason behind the need for this law. NLA First Vice President Surathai Liangbunlerchai said, according to the Agriculture Minister, the new law will help both state and privately run animal hospitals and clinics to operate under the same standards. If passed as law, the permit application to operate any animal hospital or clinic will be more structured, while the renewal of the documents will be different from the current process. Mr. Surathai said that the NLA has also resolved to set up a 15-member special committee to review the draft within 30 days before bringing it up for deliberation. After 5 days since all newly appointed members of the National Reform Council have been invited to report themselves to work, about 80% of the members have turned up. On Sunday, 23 more people appointed to sit in the 250-member NRC visited the Secretariat of the House of Representatives to report themselves to work. So far, a total of 209 NRC members have confirmed their appointment with the House Secretariat. All who have been appointed as NRC members have been expected to report themselves to the House Secretariat during October 8th till the 15th, even during weekends. A member of the National Reform Council has pledged a determination to achieve legal reform that will help rid Thailand of corruption. Admiral Pachun Tamprateep, one of the 250 NRC members, told reporters that he feels Thailand is being heavily plagued by corruption at the hands of civil servants, the military, the police and politicians who have been exploiting their authority for their own benefits. Admiral Pachun said that the situation has made it necessary for Thailand to have more stringent laws to eliminate what he called a vicious cycle, and in order to succeed, fast and strong punishments for those involved in corruption will also be needed. When asked if he may join the Constitution Drafting Committee, Admiral Pachun said that he has not been invited by anyone as yet to join in the process, and it will be up to the NRC as a team to decide who will be representing them in the drafting process. 4th Army Area Command Lieutenant Prakan Chonlayut has ordered more intensive security measures in the southern border provinces after many schools were burnt out by arsonists in Pattani on the 11th of October. Lieutenant Prakan, along with the Secretary General of the Southern Border Provinces Administrative Centre Phanu Uthairat and Deputy Governor of Pattani Khwanchat Wongsupranan, on Sunday travelled to the office of Thung Yang Dang District to attend a meeting with security units. The meeting followed up on arson attacks on 6 schools in Thung Yang Dang and Mayor districts in Pattani. The 4th Army Area Commander said he had instructed relevant units to step up security in every district in the province and work together more in order to ensure the highest security for locals there. The Director General of the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, or DDPM, said that due to the torrential rains in many parts of the country since the 4th of October, there has been flooding in 11 provinces, affecting people in 359 villages of 29 districts. According to the Director General of the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, Mr. Chachai Promlert, the situation has returned to normal in 7 provinces, namely Ratchaburi, Prachuap Khiri Khan, Satun, Kanchanaburi, Krabi, Nakhon Sawan, and Nakhon Ratchasima. In Surat Thani and Phetchaburi, floods are receding as the rain has stopped, similar to Trang and Prachinburi, which were early hit by long heavy rainfalls, leading to forest runoffs and heavy floods. At present, only some low-lying areas in the 4 provinces are inundated. The DDPM chief said if there was no more rain, the situation would become normal within 1 to 2 days. The DDPM, local officials, and private organizations have actively cooperated in providing rescue and relief operations to people in the affected areas and also in assessing the damages. Now, those who need help are advised to call hotline number 1784 anytime around the clock. The Department of Tourism has indicated that the Thai tourism sector started to show recovery signs after the government launched measures to boost confidence of tourists. Tourist arrivals from the 1st till the 7th of October this year increased by 10.1% comparing to the same period of last year. Director General of the Department of Tourism, Kun Anuphap Gesornsuwan, said more tourists visited Thailand this month, mainly since Chinese tourists celebrated China's National Day by coming to Thailand. Another reason of the Thai tourism sector's growth was better confidence of Eastern Asian and European tourists who were Thailand's main tourist markets. In the first 9 months of the year, more than 17.5 million tourists visited Thailand, generating a revenue of over 860 billion baht. Positive factors for tourism growth in the last 4 months include a more stable politics, clear implementation of government projects, solutions to tourism problems, as well as other positive external factors. Over 10,000 local residents and tourists flocked to Yala's largest annual Buddhist Lent event, and that was held during the weekend. Security was tight, though, at the Chak Phra festival in the Deep South province, which had been going on since Thursday. At dusk, local residents and tourists were treated to a number of many activities within the venue. Thousands brought their family members with them to have their photos taken with brightly lit and beautifully decorated boats carrying sacred Buddha images. Other entertaining activities included a singing contest and also concerts. The names of the winners in the decorated boat competition were also announced. Chak Phra is a festival celebrated in many southern provinces at the end of the Buddhist Lent, including the 5 southern border provinces where the majority of the residents are Muslims. Yala also holds the event yearly in order to boost the morale of Buddhists in the area and promote harmony and trust between local residents and government officials. Let's have a look at the business outlook. Kasikorn Research Center predicted Thailand's stock market would move in the negative territory and the Thai baht would likely be traded in the range of 32.35 to 32.55 baht per US dollar. K Research said that this week, the local stock exchange of Thailand would be influenced mainly by the economic figures from the US and China, the protests in Hong Kong, and also the rising tension in the Middle East. As a result, the index would likely have a less than desired performance. The center also said the baht is likely to be affected by the US's manufacturing sector surveying data, this month's consumer confidence index, and also last month's retail sales, as well as the real estate indices. Furthermore, K Research suggested investors to pay attention to China's economic figures coming out this week, as they could affect Thailand's risk assets, related stocks, as well as the Asian currency as a whole. And now to Now or Never segment. Dr. Yongyut Mayalap, the government spokesperson, will tell us about the draft law on ivory trade and the protection of wild animals.
Welcome to Now or Never. Recently, the Cabinet had given its approval to 2 draft royal acts, one regarding the trade of ivory and the other on the preservation and protection of wild animals, both of which were proposed by the Council of State. The first draft royal act involves the invocation of controls on the trade and possession of ivory or ivory products in accordance